welcome. In this presentation, our group explores some of the most important debates in developmental psychology, questions that ask what really shapes who we are. Are we more shaped by our genetics or our environment? Do we grow in clear stages or is development more continuous? Are there universal patterns of development or do these depend on cultural context? Do our behaviors come from stable traits or are they shaped by situations? Are we active agents in our development or more passive recipients of experience? And finally, do early experiences leave lasting effects or are they mostly temporary? As a group, we've analyzed research, discussed different viewpoints, and reflected on real-life examples to come to a shared perspective on each of these questions. In this presentation, we'll walk you through our positions, explain the reasoning behind them, and consider what they mean for how we understand human growth and development. The nurture perspective emphasizes the role of environmental influences in shaping behavior and development. John Locke, a 17th century philosopher, argued that the human mind is a tabula rasa or a blank slate, shaped entirely by the experience and learning. This view suggests that we are born without built-in traits and that all knowledge comes from sensory experience and perceptions. The nurture argument gained further support from behaviorists like B.F. Skinner and John Watson, who believed that behavior could be shaped through conditioning and reinforcement. Albert Bandura, a key figure in social learning theory, demonstrated the importance of environment and observation in learning behaviors. His famous Boo-Boo doll experiment showed that children could learn and imitate aggressive behavior by observing adults. Bandura's work highlighted the significant impact that the environment and social context have on shaping behavior, supporting the nurture side of the debate.
Let's take a deeper dive of one of the topic issues in lifespan development. What is continuous versus discontinuous development? First, there are a number of important issues that have been debated over the history of developmental psychology. What are these main issues? The major questions about lifespan development secure the following: is development influenced by nature or nurture? Are children actively or passively involved in their development? Do personality traits that are present at birth remain stable or do they change through the lifespan? Or is development continuous or discontinuous? Today, we're going to take deeper at continuity versus discontinuity. Continuity versus discontinuity. One major issue in developmental psychology is that continuity does change occur smoothly over time, or serious predetermined steps. When considering skill development or personality characteristics over time, you can think continuity as consistency of these skills or characteristics, and discontinuity is change in the skills or characteristics. Let's look at an example of continuous development. Some aspects of development of organisms such as maple tree growing steadily in height and cross-sectional area involve qualitative changes, just as one theories of human development argue that changes are simply a matter of quantity. As children grow in height, they also tend to display more of certain skills as they grow older. Developmental theorists of support of discontinuity outline a series of sequential stages in which skills emerge in certain points of development. These relatively sudden qualitative changes are comparable to the life cycle of ladybug. The ladybug transitions rapid continuous of becoming a total different kind of entity. So which one is correct? Again, which one is correct? Is human development best characterized as slow, gradual process? Or it is best viewed as one of more abrupt change? Change? It depends on which development theorist you ask and what topic is being studied. The theories of Piaget, Freud, Kohlberg, and Erikson are called stage theories. Stage theories and discontinuous development assumes the developmental change often occurs in distinct stages that are qualitatively different from another and in set universal sequence of each stage of development. Children and adults have fundamentally different of quality and characteristic. On the other hand, the behaviorist Vygotsky and information processing theories assures development is the more slow and gradual process known as continuous development.
Culture-specific refers to practices, tradition, beliefs, or behaviors that are unique to a particular culture and may not be understood or practiced in the same way by people from other cultures. This can include food, clothing, greetings, festivals, or costumes that reflects the history and values of a society. For example, foods. Eating with hands is culture-specific in the Philippines and some Asian or Middle Eastern countries. Food practices often reflects culture and tradition. In Filipino culture, eating with hands called kamayan is a sign of enjoyment and togetherness. However, in many Western cultures, this practice is uncommon and sometimes seen as improper. Second, greetings. Mano in the Philippines and bowing in Japan are culture-specific greetings. Different cultures have their own unique ways of showing respect. Filipinos perform mano by placing elders' hand on their forehead, while Japanese people bow as a sign of politeness. These greetings are meaningful in their own cultures but not commonly practiced worldwide. Third, clothing. Traditional clothing is culture-specific to different societies. Each culture has its own attire that symbolizes identity and heritage. For example, Filipinos wear the barong Tagalog, Indians wear the sari, and Japanese wear the kimono. These clothes are tied to tradition and not used in daily life outside their culture. Fourth, festivals. Many festivals are celebrated only within specific cultures. Festivals often honor religious beliefs, history, or tradition unique to a community. For example, Diwali in India, Sinulog in Philippines, and Oktoberfest in Germany each reflect cultural values. These are not celebrated globally, making them culture-specific. As you can see, culture-specific practices differ greatly depending on the society's traditional beliefs and values. What feels natural in one place might feel unusual or even confusing in another.
Children's behavior are determined by the situation which they currently act. Understanding children's behavior involves recognizing the various ways kids act and react to different situations. It includes their actions, responses, and how they interact with others and their environment. Children's behavior is shaped by a mix of factors, including their development stage, personality, environment, and experiences. Here are the reasons why children's behavior are situationally determined. Number 1, cognitive development. Children's brains are still developing, especially the prefrontal cortex. It is responsible for self-control, planning, and consistent behavior. Because of this, they rely more on external cues, what's happening around them, than on internal principles or long-term reasoning. According to Lev Vygotsky, a Russian psychologist who emphasized the role of social and cultural interactions in cognitive development, Vygotsky's sociocultural theory suggests that learning and cognitive growth are intertwined with social experiences, which in turn shape children's behavior. Number 2 is social learning. Kids are highly sensitive to authority figures, peers, and social norms. They quickly learn. For example, at school, kids sit quietly because that's expected, while at home, they can shout and run around because it's allowed. They adapt behavior to fit the immediate social environment. According to Albert Bandura, a highly influential psychologist known for developing social learning theory, which emphasizes the importance of observation, imitation, and modeling in learning. Bandura's Bobodal experiment demonstrated that children could learn aggressive behaviors by observing adults. His work underscores that children don't need to experience direct reinforcement to learn. They can learn by watching others and the consequences of their actions. Number 3 reason is emotional regulation. A child's mood and emotions are strongly tied to the present moment. If they're tired, hungry, or frustrated, the situation heavily drives how they act. Unlike adults, they have less ability to override feelings with reason. According to John Gottman's research and writings emphasize that emotional intelligence is crucial for building healthy relationships and achieving success in life. He argues that children who can understand and manage their emotions tend to have better social skills and are more successful in navigating social interactions. And the last reason why children's behavior are situationally determined is immediate rewards and consequences. Children are more influenced by short-term consequences than long-term outcomes. If a situation promises fun, approval, or attention, they all act accordingly, even if it is clashes with how they normally behave elsewhere. According to B.F. Skinner, a prominent figure in behaviorisms, Skinner's work on operant conditioning demonstrate how reinforcement or rewards and punishment can shape behavior. His behaviors followed by positive consequences are more likely to be repeated, while those followed by negative consequences are less likely to occur. In conclusion, children's behaviors are not random but are heavily influenced by the situations they are in. They are continuously learning and adapting, taking cues from their social interactions and their own emotional and physical states. Understanding these factors can help parents and educators create supportive environments that promote positive behavior and healthy development. Thank you.
Do children's play is important for their own development? Yes, play is important for a child's development, impacting their cognitive, physical, social, and emotional well-being. Through play, children explore their world, build skills, and develop crucial abilities for navigating life. Here's the benefits of play for children. First is creative development, physical development, cognitive development, social development, and emotional development. Creative development involves exploration, self-expression, decision-making, problem-solving, and applying knowledge. Physical development. Play, including both structured and unstructured activities, helps children develop gross and fine motor skills, coordination, and physical strength. Third is cognitive development. Play provides opportunities for children to experiment, make decisions, and solve problems within a safe imagination space. Through play, children can explore concepts of numbers, shapes, and scientific inquiry. Social development. Play provides opportunities for children to learn about cooperation, sharing, taking turns, and resolving conflicts. Emotional development. Through imaginative play and interaction, children learn to understand their emotions, manage strong feelings, and develop self esteem and confidence. In essence, play is a powerful tool that allows children to learn, grow, and thrive. It is not just a source of fun but a fundamental aspect of a healthy child development.
The lasting effect on human development. When we say lasting effect, we are talking about long-term influence, whether positive or negative, that shape a person's growth physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially. These effects begin in childhood but remain evident throughout the life. One of the strongest lasting effects is biological. For example, proper nutrition during childhood supports healthy brain and body development. On the other hand, malnutrition may lead to stunted growth and learning difficulties that can last a lifetime. According to the World Health Organization, early health and nutrition strongly predict a person's future well-being. Another lasting effect is cognitive development. Children who receive quality early education are more likely to have strong problem-solving and critical thinking skills. But if children lack stimulation or opportunities to learn, it can limit their learning capacity. This idea is supported by Lev Vygotsky's socio-cultural theory, which emphasizes the role of environment and interaction in learning. Emotional and social development is also shaped by lasting effects. For example, children who experience secure attachment with their parents often grow into adults who can build healthy relationships. But negative experiences such as neglect or trauma may result in anxiety, trust issues, or difficulty managing emotion. John Bowlby's attachment theory explains how these early bonds influence lifelong emotional health. Not all lasting effects are negative, many are positive. For instance, consistent parental support can lead to confidence and resilience in adulthood. A strong teacher-student relationship may motivate a learner and inspire long-term academic success. Yuri Bronfenbrenner's ecological theory reminds us that family, school, and community environments all leave lasting marks on human development. To conclude, lasting effect, whether biological, cognitive, emotional, or social, play a vital role in shaping who we are. Positive support and environments can help us thrive, while negative experiences may create challenges that remain through life. This reminds us of the importance of giving children and learners the best foundation possible because what happens early often lasts a lifetime.